Hi everyone, and welcome to what's technically my first video on this UK map. I say technically because I do have a map featuring Peterborough, March, Whittlesea. Actually, I don't think Whittlesea was on there, but certainly Peterborough, March, the East Coast main line. But it was on a smaller version of this map. This larger version coming from GrandT, who is also doing a video series on this same map, although we are differing in some places, as you'll see as I go along. But massive thanks to GrandT for releasing this map for us all to play on. I'll put a link down in the description to his channel so you can see his version of the map and what he's doing with it. While I'm mentioning other channels, I'll also stick a link down to Slim Gaming. If you don't know who he is, then you've not been watching very many Transport Fever videos, is all I can say. He's a master at detailing, both on Twitch and YouTube. Again, I'll put links for his channel. Anyway, moving on to my stuff. So here we are at Peterborough, which hopefully most of you will know is on the East Coast main line in the UK. And I've probably put about 30 hours plus into this map already, but it looks very unfinished even now. You will notice on here as well a lot of JK's Great Western Railway engines and coaches, purely because we've got a serious lack of the correct locos for this route, certainly in steam age. Once we move on to diesels, thanks to Killer Cans, we do have suitable diesels that we can run on here, but steam age we're going to have to just run GWR for now. So anyway, moving on. This is kind of the area you would have seen in the previous video had you watched it, which is the East Coast main line crossing over with the March to Peterborough line curling underneath. With this larger map I can do it much more justice. I'm not trying to squeeze things in. Also got main road here. This will be where London Road Stadium is in real life. We haven't got a suitable football stadium unlocked yet to go there, but I'll try and fit it in at a later date. Another thing I've done just today actually is the start of the Nene Valley Railway, which of course been in 1906, as you can see down the bottom right hand corner. This would have been a working line, not a preserved railway, but that's how I've decided to build it, as the preserved line, which does run out, albeit still condensed, and come into Autumn Mere Station here with Parkway running over the top. So turning back now, come back to Peterborough, footpath there that sort of ends. Got the carriage sidings, Peterborough station itself, and what will be the freight yard. I kind of got sidetracked, but that will be the next project for me. Heading this way, follow the March line down. This is the most developed area so far for me. Head along past Frank Perkins Parkway. Now this is literally the last thing I did before I saved this and decided to make the video. This is a much condensed version of Kingsdyke, and as you can see, much closer to Peterborough than it is real life as well. But it is something I wanted to try and fit in. So this roughly represents where McCain's would be. We've got the brickworks here, and I've had to shift the quarry over the road. That's down here, and there's a lot more detailing to be done in this area. As I say, I literally dropped it in, saved the game, and decided to come make this video. Got a small signal box there at Kingsdyke, and again, very condensed into Whittlesea. Follow the line round now. Find the distinctive split platforms at Whittlesea. I haven't laid the siding here yet, which if you go and look at GrandT's video, you'll see he has. That's something I do need to rectify. I'm gonna pause for an autosave. Yep. Moving on. We reach Turves. Now, Turves isn't actually represented on the map with the town name or anything. It's just something I wanted to build in myself because it has these 4 railroad crossings in quick succession. And although it's spaced out a bit more in real life, this is very much the layout. Although anyone who's driven through here will tell you that these crossings are definitely not that smooth in real life. The car gets bounced about and it's very uncomfortable, but fun ride. And we come along again, very condensed. I haven't added the bypass in yet, but we reach March. So this will be the flyover. Tesco's is here now. It's Rainbow before that, many years ago. Those that can remember. Moving forward, we've got Norwood Road, which carries on and goes there. And then we kind of reach my first blunder. This is accurate what's there in real life. A lot clearer waters, but other than that, the problem is I built it to 1:1 scale, which means it's much larger than anything else in game. It's a bit late to change it now. I'll have to live with it. But it did mean that when laying out the rest of March, the roads don't really scale to where they should be, so it's a bit of a mess. But I can live with it. When we're riding the trains, you won't see the town much anyway. These houses are in because this house is very important. In particular, it's the one I grew up in. I lived there for the first 16 years of my life, apart from the first couple of years. So very happy memories, and that's where my love of trains started, because as you can see, head down this road here, along here we have a train depot, which in the 80s we come along here. These sidings were like this in real life, just open, drive up and stop. You'd have class 37s, 40s, occasional 47s, all parked up here, stabled overnight. And myself and my dad used to come down here when I was a child and take a look every night pretty much, just to see what was on shed. Moving along. This is, for the most part, very similar to the layout of tracks as it was in the 80s. There is one line missing here, and it was slightly different going under Nord Road Black Bridge, but for the most part it's pretty accurate going into the shed. And then coming around here we have my representation of Whitemoor Yard itself. Not completely accurate, but it is functional, which is why I've sort of made the compromise. And I do have a spare track here, so I may lay yet more sidings here at a later date. They probably won't be functional, they will just be for looks. So crossing back over, we find March Station itself. 4 platforms still in use. It's how I remember it as a child. 4 platforms being here, even though passenger trains weren't using the back 2 by this point. The freight trains did, so I've decided to keep them. Crossing over Station Road, we find stabling sidings here. Find all manner of things in here when I was younger. I think they're largely out of use now. We have the signal box, which is, if you've seen the real one, would know that that's much too low. It's almost 3 stories high. Much taller than many other signal boxes you'll see in the UK. Here again, track plan, pretty much accurate to what is there today. I didn't have any reference pictures for years gone by, so I stuck with what we have. Moving forward, we get to Creek Road crossing. In real life, both me and GrandT have got it on the level, but it should be on rather large hill with the road sloping down either side. For the purposes of the game, I'm not going to worry too much about that. So that's the March to Peterborough line covered. Heading north from Peterborough, see I've been shaping the land there. There's a lot of work still to be done with both general shaping. Here we see Grantham. I've got trains running here, but that's literally the limit. I've not done any work at Grantham yet. I'll have to revisit that one day soon. All the important work has gone on southbound. Zoom over Peterborough, head south. Following the line, we get to Huntingdon. Now anyone who's been to Huntingdon will know about the distinctive dual level bridges. You've got the A14 going across the top and an A road that actually links 2 parts of Huntingdon lower down. And they both cross over the station like this. Bus station is completely fictional. I just needed a way to get passengers down there. Heading further south, we reach St Neots. Nothing much done here. See, there's some tracks cut off. Correct. 4-track station there. I went along and put all the stations in for this kind of thing, just so I could get the line working. Here we are at, this is Sandy, yeah. So 4 tracks again, platforms on the outer edge, straight through the middle for the expresses that don't stop. Move on to Biggleswade. This one is another one with 2 platforms in the middle, all 4 tracks served. We head down. And down again. I've 4-tracked all this down just for simplicity's sake of getting trains running. I do need to revisit all this, as I'm sure it's not all straight 4-track like this. So quite a lot of changes will need to be made. Seems the town has decided to grow here in my absence. Haven't been and checked this for a while. So this is Hitchin, and north of here, somewhere around here, is where we will need to branch off to head over to Cambridge, which from Cambridge we then loop back up to March to make that complete loop line. Next is Stevenage, where pretty much all the trains stop. It's nice to see the game is building this side of the station as well. But carry on down. This is where everything starts to get very condensed. Not sure what's going on here, but game's decided to build there. So this is Nebworth, which if any of you are fans of Matt Peddleson from Dovetail Games, you'll be very familiar with Nebworth from one of his videos where he decided to go racing through it. I think it was 90 miles an hour when he should have been stopping. Rather large curve there that shouldn't be there, but due to the concentration of the map I had to put it in, unfortunately. So Welwyn Garden City next, and then we've got the line that creeps over before we get to Hatfield. Hatfield station is a bit far out, unfortunately. That's just how I've had to squeeze it in. Come around. This would be New Barnet Station. And then we have the line splitting out. You can see it just dead ends here for now. It will eventually go out this way towards Enfield, so on. Now this is the most fictional layout station I've got. This is Finsbury Park. Okay. Now this is quite a lot further north than GrandT's version, and I think he's got a much simpler station building. I've gone for this one because the road in real life comes across at an angle like this, all different length platforms, the bridges are all staggered. I couldn't do anything closer, but you know what, let's have a grand station somewhere. So that's what I went with here. Heading south. You can see how the line splits off and goes round and under. I haven't really done it as much justice as GrandT, unfortunately. The line comes down. Here we've got Highbury Station, and that's as far as the line goes there. But we rejoin, carry on heading south, and follow through, and we get to King's Cross with St Pancras over there. And we've got tunnel down to Moorgate. That's just dead ends there. So now I may think about tunneling and taking it underground at a later date. But for now, I'm happy with King's Cross being in. I just got to work out how to do an overall roof. Similar story for St Pancras. It should have a very ornate overall roof, and for that matter it should have a very lovely frontage, which again this building doesn't really do it justice. It just says train station. This here took me no end of work. I would say I was probably working on this for 5 to 6 hours easily. It's getting all these tracks in. I think with the exception of somewhere here, all these are accurate. These tunnels again don't go anywhere. Don't imagine I'm gonna do all the underground lines, and this should come through here as a tunnel, but due to how the game likes its road connections, I've had to put a road bridge under to match there. These lines all follow the real course. Switch over there, they come down. It looks like in real life, well, be right through. Interesting. But in real life this would be a covered bridge, and I think this is where the Eurostars go, looking at maps. And we have one single track here that comes out and joins this. Got the 4-track over. Looking, I think I can get away with, although I'm sure it wouldn't happen in real life, I could send a train from St Pancras up the East Coast Main Line. I may just send it to Finsbury Park and then back down here. So that's my route so far. If you got through all my waffling, thanks for taking a look. Next video I'll see about actually doing some detail work on screen. If you've got any particular area you'd like to see, drop a comment below. I'll take a look and reply to that as soon as I can. But for now, I think I'm gonna call it there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.